morning, students. This is Yogalakshmi, your English teacher. How are you all? I hope you are fine at your home. Yes? Let us go to the session. Last class we have discussed about indefinite article. Let us have a recap at the end of the session using PPT. This class we are going to see definite article. Shall we move to the session now? Definite article. Definite article. What will come under the category of definite article? The. What will come? The. Okay. Where we need to use this definite article? When it refers to a particular person, place or thing. When we are exactly know the noun. When we are sure about the noun. When it indicates a particular person, place or thing, we want to use this definite article. We want to use this definite article. Okay. Listen here. First rule for this. To refer to a noun that has already been mentioned. To refer to a noun that has already been mentioned. Go with the example. First we look at the example. I will explain this rule through the example. Okay? Listen here. Example. I saw a man. Which is a noun here? Man. I saw a man. The man was poor. The man was poor. I saw a man. The man was poor. Okay. Which is the noun in this sentence? First sentence. Here we have two sentences. I saw a man. This is the first one. Next, the man was poor. This is the second sentence. Yes, no? Here look at the first sentence. I saw a man. I saw a man. Which is a noun in this sentence? Man. Man is a naming word. Okay. Here, in the first sentence, we are talking about the man in the first time. Yes, no? Here, we are introducing man. Introducing a man. So, when we introduce a noun at first time, we want to use a or an according to the sound. According to the sound. Okay. Man. First letter. What is the first letter of a man? M. What is the sound? Ma. So, this is a consonant sound. We are using here a. Here, we introduce this man at first time. Look at the second sentence. Again, we are talking about the same man. The man was poor. The man was poor. So, we are talking about the same man. Here in the first sentence, we are introducing a man at first time. In the second sentence, we are talking about the man again and again. We are talking about the same man again and again. So, we are using before this man the. Got it? Now, can you understand this rule? When we introduce a noun at first time, we want to use a or an according to the sound. If we talk about the noun again and again, we have to use the. Got it? Are you clear with this first rule? Look at some more examples. I saw a monkey on the wall. Here, I introduced a monkey at the first time. Yes? The monkey climbed the tree. Here, I am talking about the monkey again and again in the second time. So, when I introduce a monkey at the first time, I use a. I saw a monkey, one monkey. I saw a monkey on the wall. The monkey climbed the tree. So here again I am talking about the monkey. I have to use that. When we introduce a noun at first time, we have to use a or an according to the sound. When we are talking about this same have to use the. That's the first rule. To refer to a noun that has already been mentioned. Here we mentioned the noun already. Again we are talking about the same noun. So we use here that. Got it? Shall we move to the next? Look at here. To refer a noun that we know that the listener knows. We are referring a noun that we knew already that listener knew. What does mean by listener? Who is listener, Kana? Here, one who listen this conversation, that person is called a listener. Okay? Here, one who is speaking, that person is called a speaker. Who is speaking here? I am. Teacher, I am a speaker. Who is listener here? Students, you are a listener. You are listening me. So you are a listener. Okay? When we knew that the thing was known by speaker and a listener. Okay? For example, we will go this rule through the example. Okay? I will explain you now. Look at the example. I talked to the principal yesterday. Now I am informing you I talked to the principal yesterday. Okay? Here, principal. You know who is principal? Yes, no? And myself, I myself also know who is principal. Here, principal is known by you as well as me. I am a speaker. Okay, I know the principal. You are a listener. You know this principal. So, no need here. I mentioned the principal, which now known by the listener as well as speaker. We have to use that. I talked to the principal yesterday. Okay, got it? Listen. Now go the rules. Now we will see the rule. To refer a noun that we know that the listener knows. Okay? We are talking about the noun which known by the speaker as well as listener. We have to use the principle. Okay? Shall we go with some more example for this? I saw a pretty dress yesterday in the shop. I bought the pretty dress. I bought the pretty dress. Here, pretty dress informed here the pretty dress is known by the speaker as well as listener. Got it? Look at the next rule. Before the adjectives in superlative degree. Before the superlative degree, we have to use them. What is superlative degree, Kana? We saw in the last year, 3rd standard, degrees of comparison. Yes? Could you remember this? What are the types of degrees? Positive degree, comparative degree, very good. Superlative degree. What is positive degree? Describing only one person, one thing or one animal. That is positive degree. What is comparative degree? Comparing two things, two animals or two person. That is comparative degree. What is superlative degree? Comparing more than two things or more than two person or more than two animals. That is superlative degree. We will see this example. Listen here. Ram is the tallest boy in my class. Here we are comparing Ram with all the class students. Okay, in a class students. We are taking Ram to compare remaining all students. So here we are comparing Ram with more than 2. This is superlative. Here, which is describing what here, adjective here, tallest. Before this tallest, this is a superlative adjective. Before this tallest, we have to use that. Are you clear? Okay? So the cleverest girl. That. Before the superlative we have to use that. Got it? We will go to the next rule. Refer to things that are unique. Refer to things that are unique. Unique means only one its kind. Okay? It's only one of its kind. For example, sun. Do you have any option for this sun? No. We have only one sun. Moon. Do you have any option for this? No. Earth. World. We don't have any option. We have only one of its kind. So, before this unique things, we have to use the. Got it? Listen here. Example of this. The sun. The earth. The moon. The world. Here we have only one of its kinds. Only one of its kind. So we have to use this. Things that are unique. Refer to things that are unique. Okay? Are you understand this? Shall we go to the next rule? Okay. To specific geographical point. To specific geographical point. When we mention particular geographical point, before that we have to use the. For example, the North Pole, the East Pole, the South Pole. So we have to use here the for this. The North Pole. Here we are mentioning specific. The South Pole. Here we are mentioning specific geographical point. When we mention specific geographical point, we have to use this the. Got it? Shall we move to the next? Look at it. To show the position of the noun. To show the position of the noun. I am the first in my class. I am the last in my class. I am sitting next to you. Here it shows the position. What are the words? First, last, next. Only, same, previous. So before these words we have to use the, because these words show the position of the noun. Okay? Are you clear? Shall we move to next one? Shall we move to the next? Look at it. Before noun, which refers to the whole class of person, place, thing or animal. Whole class. What is meaning of this? Whole class? Look at here. The giraffe is the tallest animal. Here we mention the giraffe. The giraffe. The word giraffe indicates the group of giraffe, the family of giraffe. Okay, the family whole, the family of giraffe. So we have to use that before this giraffe. Here the word giraffe indicates whole family of giraffe. It's a group one. Okay, so we have to use here before this not that. Look at the same sentence. The giraffe is the tallest animal. The tallest animal. Here we use there because it's a superlative. Can you understand now? Here the giraffe, the word giraffe indicates whole family, the giraffe family. Okay, so before this we have to use the. Here, the tallest animal. The tallest. Here this indicates superlative degree. So we have to use the. Okay? Are you clear? Let us see some more rules for the indefinite article. Okay, shall we go to the session? Listen here. With the name of mountain ranges. with the name of mountain ranges. Before the mountain ranges name, we have to use definite article the. For example, the Himalayas, the Alps. Here, before the Himalayas, this is a mountain range. So, before the mountain range name, we have to use the. And the Alps, before the Alps, we have to use the. So, before the mountain ranges name, we have to use the. Okay? Next, before rivers name and seas name and oceans. Before rivers, seas, oceans name, we have to use the. For example, rivers, the Yamuna river, the Ganga, the Saraswati, the Kaveri. So, before the rivers name, we have to use the. Next, oceans, Indian Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean. Before the oceans name, we have to use the. Next, famous buildings. Before some famous buildings name. Say anyone famous building name? The Taj Mahal, very good. The Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal. The Red Fort. So, before some famous buildings name, we have to use the. Next, trains and ships. Before trains name and before ships name, we have to use the. For example, train, the Indian Express, the Chimamanda Express. So, before trains name, we have to use the. And ships, the Titanic. Before the ship name, we have to use the. Next, newspapers name. Some newspapers name. Before some newspapers name, we have to use the. Example, say an example. What are you receiving from your school? The Hindu. The Hindu. And the Gandhi. So, before newspapers name, we have to use the. Next, holy books. What's the holy books for us? Bhagavad Gita. Yes, the Bhagavad Gita, the Ramayana, the Bible, the Quran. We have to use the before the holy books name. Before the holy books name. Okay. The Ramayana, the Bible. So, before holy books name, we have to use the books name, specific books name. For example, the Wings of Fire, the Wings of Fire. So, we have to use the definite article before the books name, holy books name and the newspapers name, the Wings of Fire. The Wings of Fire. The Wings of Fire. Before newspapers name, holy books name and books name, we have to use definite article there. Next, musical instrument. Before some musical instrument name, we have to use there. For example, the piano, the guitar, the tabla, the keyboard. So, before some musical instruments name, we have to use there. Once again, listen here. With the names of mountain ranges, with the names of rivers, seas and oceans, and with the name of famous buildings, trains and ships, newspapers and holy books and books, musical instruments, names. Before these names, we have to use definite article there. Okay? Before the names of this mountain ranges, rivers, seas and oceans, next to famous buildings, next to trains and ships, next to newspapers, holy books and books, musical instrument names. Before these names, we have to use them. Some more rules to use definite article there. Look at here. Before the direction, we have to use the. Before the directions. What are the directions? The west, the east, the north, the south. So, before the direction name, we have to use article, definite article there. Okay? Next is political parties. Before political parties name, here the BJP, the DMK, the ADMK. Before the political parties name, we have to use them. Next is organization. Before organization's name, we have to use them. The World Health Organization. Here we have to use them before the organization name. Okay. Now we are going to see where we should not use definite articles or articles. Okay. Here, look at here. Omission of articles. Listen here. We should not use article before the name of a person. We cannot add article before your name, before my name, before person name. We cannot add here. So before a person name, we should not add article. Next, country name. We should not add article before the country name. We cannot say the India. So we should not add article before the country name. And the continent name and state name. We cannot add article before these names. Person name, country name, state name and continent name. Next, before uncountable noun, we should not add article before uncountable noun. Uncountable noun. Here, look at here. Sugar is bad for your teeth. Here, sugar. It's an uncountable noun. We cannot count sugar. Okay. It's an uncountable noun. So, before uncountable noun, we should not add article. Next, plural countable nouns and abstract noun. We cannot add article before the plural countable noun. For example, computers are useful. Here, computer, it's a countable noun. Computer is a countable noun. But here we mention computers. It's a plural noun. So we cannot add article before the plural noun. So here computers, plural. We cannot add article, any article to this. Next, abstract noun. He is wise. He is wise. Here, wise is abstract noun. We cannot add any article before this abstract noun. Okay. Next, before languages and subjects. Language, Tamil, English, French. Here, we cannot add article before the languages. And subjects also Tamil, Maths, English, Science. We cannot add article before this. Look at the example. Can you speak English? Can you speak English? Here, English takes place as a language. Can you speak English? Here, it refers the language. Next, look at the next example. Of course, my favorite subject is English. Here, English mentioned as a subject. So, before the language name and the subject name, we should not add article. Can you understand the omission of article? Where we should not use articles? Before person name, country name, state name, continent name. Next, before uncountable noun, you should not use any article. Next, before plural countable noun and abstract noun, you should not use any article. Next, before languages and subjects name, you should not use article. Let us go with some examples and we will get clear idea about these rules. The man who wrote this book is famous. Listen here. Look at the first sentence. The man who wrote this book is famous. Here we mentioned a particular man who wrote a particular book. So here we mentioned a particular man. We know the man. So we want to mention the before the man. Okay? The man who wrote this book. So they mentioned particular man who wrote the particular book. We have to use the before the man. Got it? Go with the next rule. You can go anywhere in the world. You can go anywhere in the world. Here, world, it's a unique one. We have only one of its kind. So before this, we have to use the. Can you understand these two rules? Shall we go to the next example? Okay. I talked to the principal yesterday. I talked to the principal yesterday. Here, principal, we know who is principal. Okay, the speaker also know who is principal and listener also know who is principal. So, here, before the principal name, this principal known by the speaker as well as listener. So, which noun known by the speaker as well as listener. Before the particular noun, we have to use the. Got it? Can you understand this rule, Kanna? Okay. We will go to the next one. The French enjoy cheese. Here, before French, we are using the. Why? Here, this French, no, it indicates whole group. It's not a place. Here, it indicates the people who live in a particular place. Whole group, it's as a single unit. Whole group as a single unit. So before this, we have to use the. The French enjoy cheese. Here, French, the place cannot enjoy cheese. The people who live in a particular place, they enjoy cheese. Okay? Are you clear with this rule, Kanna? Shall we go to the next rule? Some more examples for the definite article. Okay? Our ship crossed the Atlantic in 7 days. Here, we used the before Atlantic. Here, this Atlantic mentioned as the ocean. Our ship crossed the Atlantic Ocean in 7 days. Before ocean name, ship name, river's name, we have to use that. Are you clear with this rule now? Shall we go to the next? Next. She works for the New York Times. Here, she works for the New York Times. New York Times is a newspaper name. So before this, we have to use that. Before newspaper name, we want to use that. Next. Look at the next. I would like to visit the Eiffel Tower. I would like to visit the Eiffel Tower. Here, Eiffel Tower is a famous building. Okay, so we have to use famous building before famous building's name. Definite article there. Are you clear with this rule? Shall we go to the next? Here, January is the first month of the year. Okay, January is the first month of the year. Here, we used before first the. Here it is, the first indicates it's a superlative degree. Before superlative degree, we have to use the. Okay, here, we are comparing the first month with all other months. So it's a superlative degree, we want to use the. Now can you understand the rules of definite article? Are you clear with this?
Let's have a recap of previous session. What we saw in the previous session? Indefinite article. Indefinite article. What will come under the indefinite article? A, an. What is indefinite article? Indefinite article, it does not refer to any particular noun. We are not sure about the noun. We don't know exact about the noun. Now, we will recall the usage of a. A, we want to use before singular countable noun. Before singular countable noun. Now, next, nouns begin with consonant sounds. Nouns which begin with consonant sound, we have to use a. Then third rule, nouns begin with vowel letter but produce consonant sound. We have to use a. What is consonants? We have 26 letters in English alphabet. A, E, I, O, U. These letters are called vowels. Remaining 21 letters are called consonants. 21 letters, consonant. Let's go with some examples. First one, I have a cat. I have a cat. Here, what is noun? Cat. What is the first letter of cat? C. What sound we are getting from that? K. It's a consonant sound. So, we want to use a before consonant sound. Next one, a book. A book. What is the first letter of book? B. What's the sound we are getting from that? B. So, we have to use a. Next one, rabbit. A rabbit. What is the first letter of rabbit? R. What's the sound we are getting from R? ir, ra. So it's a consonant sound we want to use. Ra, it's a consonant sound, so we want to use a before it. Here, these are the examples for second rule. Look at the picture. What is the picture? Unicorn. A unicorn. Here, the unicorn start with vowel letter U, but it produce U sound. U in Tamil letter U sound. So it's not a vowel sound. It's a consonant sound. So we have to use a before. Look at the next example. A university. A university. The word university start with vowel letter U, but it produce consonant sound U. So we want to use a before the word university. Next one, a union. A union. Union word start with vowel letter U, but it produce consonant sound U. So we have to use a before the word union. Look at the next example. A 1 rupee. A 1 rupee. Here the word start with vowel letter 1 O, but it produces a consonant sound V. 1 rupee, not on rupee, it's 1 rupee. So we have to use a before it. Let us see the usage of an. An is used before words beginning with vowel sound. Words which beginning with vowel sound, we have to use an. Look at the examples. First one, an apple. An apple. The word apple start with the vowel letter A. It produces vowel sound A sound. So we have to use a. So we have to use an before the vowel sound. Look at the next example. An egg. An egg. The word egg start with the vowel letter E and it produces A sound. It's vowel sound. So we have to use an. Look at the next example. An igloo. An igloo. Igloo word start with vowel letter I and it produces vowel sound E. Igloo. E sound. So it's a vowel sound. We want to use an before it. Next example. An orange. An orange. The word orange start with O vowel letter and it produces vowel sound A. Orange. A sound. So it's a vowel sound. We want to use an before it. Next example. An umbrella. An umbrella. The word umbrella start with vowel letter U and it produces a sound. It's a vowel sound. It produces vowel sound A. So we want to use an before the word umbrella. An umbrella. Students, I hope you can get clear idea about the usage of an. Now we will go to the second rule. Before the words beginning with a silent H. For example, look at the word an honest man. Here the word honest start with the consonant letter H, but here H is silent, so we have to use an before it. Look at the second word, an R. R. Here, H silent here. We want to pronounce this as R. O sound. Here, O pronounced as the A. We are getting A sound from this. It's a vowel sound. The word start with the consonant letter, but it produces vowel sound. So we have to use an. Here, H silent. So we want to use an R. Next example, an air. Here, the word air start with the consonant letter H, but it's silent here. We are getting vowel sound A sound from this word. So we want to use an before the verb. Students, I hope you get clear idea about the usage of articles. So, will you complete your worksheets? If you have any doubt, ask me during the online section. Thank you, children.